What's up guys, this is Greg from ASUS, and in this video we're going to talk all about our brand new Intel X299 motherboards, and the first one up is right here. And this is the Prime X299 Deluxe. So let's go over some of the new features this has over some of the other Prime X299 boards. So the first thing is it comes with 802.11ad Wi-Fi. Now AD Wi-Fi is up to 4.6 gigabits per second, and that's about 3 times as fast as 802.11ac. So also this board has 4 PCIe X16 slots, and 3 of which use the ASUS Safe Slot technology. So that's a reinforced PCIe slot just to help support heavier graphics cards. Now, one of the other cool things this features is it has dual M.2 and SATA, but then it also has U.2, so there are a lot of storage solutions for this board. And speaking of the M.2 slots on the bottom here, the lower M.2 slot is behind this heatsink, and it's actually a functional heatsink, so it helps cool the chipset and also the M.2. And then the other M.2 slot over here is mounted vertically, so that helps get the M.2 drive up and in fresh air, so that keeps it nice and cool and keeps it from throttling back. And the last thing I wanted to show you on this is the OLED display. Now we call this the ASUS Live Dash, and this will basically give you information about your system. You can have CPU temperatures or voltages. You can even put your own custom logo on there if you want. There's also dual RGB LED lighting zones. There's one up here, then one down here. And the one on the right is actually addressable. So there's individual LEDs that you can set to be different colors. So it's not just one whole color. All right, so that's the Prime. The next board I want to talk about is our TUF series. So this one over here is the TUF X299 Mark I. This has all of the staples of our TUF series with a thermal armor, with a fan in here, which helps bring air in underneath the thermal armor to keep everything nice and cool, especially the M.2 slot, which is right here under there. And there's also a vertical M.2 down here on the bottom. Now, one thing that's interesting about the TUF boards is these have one of our longest warranties on our consumer boards. It's a 5-year warranty. So this is really built to be run 24/7. You can build a workstation with this, or just like a really intense gaming system. And also one thing that's really cool that this board comes with is a VGA holder. So a lot of people have asked in the past, is there a bracket we can use? I got a really big VGA. Is there a bracket I can use that'll help support it so it doesn't sag? Because even with the best, ASUS Safe Slot technology, with a big GPU, you still get some sag. So this will help keep everything nice and straight and looking super clean. All right, so we've talked about the Prime board, the TUF board. Now let's move into more of the gaming boards. So the first one up is the Strix X299-E Gaming. That one's right over here. This board has a lot of features as our other Strix boards. We've got the Supreme Effects audio, we've got the Safe Slot technology there, and then also we've got the dual M.2 ports. So we've got an M.2 under here, and of course this is a functional heatsink for the M.2. You remove a few screws there to access the M.2 slot. Then the other M.2 is vertically here. So we really try to think of thermal design when it comes to M.2 storage. There's also dual RGB lighting zones, one up here on the top, and then one here. It's almost like an infinity mirror here with the ROG. We've got a custom system here also using dual Poseidon 1080 Ti's, and those have an infinity mirror, so like the system just looks fantastic. I mean, as you can see here. One other feature we'll touch on briefly is RGB, since we're talking about it, and we've got 3 RGB headers, one on the top and 2 on the bottom. So if you want to set up a just RGB crazy system, this is the board for you. All right, now the last X299 motherboard I want to talk about is this one right here. And this is the ROG Rampage VI Extreme. If you're familiar with our Extreme boards, this has every single feature we can think of to pack in. This one has 802.11ad Wi-Fi, so that's the 4.6 gigabit per second. It also has dual gigabit Ethernet ports, and one of them is actually a 10G Ethernet. 4 PCIe X16 slots with Safe Slot technology. It's got dual M.2, but it's actually what we call DIMM.2. So it's almost like an extra DIMM slot. There's a little card that goes in there, and you can mount a M.2 on both sides. One thing that really makes this thing stand out visually is the LED lighting. So even it's got 3 zones on the top here, on the middle, and on the right here. And it's got this translucent heat shield look to it. It really looks amazing in person. I wonder if I can get a better shot of it There we go. That's really pretty good. You can see the lighting, and again, these LEDs are addressable. So right now, you can only put in preset animations that are in the Aura software, but eventually, with the open Aura SDK, you'll be able to customize that. And just like with the TUF board, it comes with a GPU support bracket with the ROG logo on there. So if you got a really heavy GPU, you can pop this in there and it'll keep your GPU nice and level. All right guys, so I hope you enjoyed this quick look at the new X299 motherboards that we're showing off here at Computex. And to stay up to date with all the latest Computex coverage, go ahead and subscribe right up here, and we'll see you next time.